On September 15th, 2025, Jimmy Kimmel said something so explosive that ABC yanked his show off the air within hours.
ABC announced it's suspending Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. It comes after comments the host made related to the killing of Charlie Kirk. Matt Piper has the latest.
Yes, he's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction.
What he revealed about Charlie Kirk's assassination wasn't just controversial, it was career suicide. And the network has been desperately trying to bury this footage ever since. You think you know late night television? You think these hosts can say whatever they want behind their desks? Think again. What I'm about to show you is the most dangerous 4 minutes in television history. A monologue so politically charged that it triggered a White House phone call, an FCC investigation, and the complete meltdown of Disney's executive boardroom. This isn't about comedy anymore. This is about power, control, and what happens when a comedian crosses the line that separates entertainment from political warfare. Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, conservative firebrand, Trump loyalist, was gunned down in broad daylight on September 10th, 2025. The nation was in shock. Politicians called for unity. The media demanded answers. But Jimmy Kimmel, he saw an opportunity. 5 days later, Kimmel walked onto his ABC stage and delivered what insiders are calling the monologue that broke television. He didn't just comment on Kirk's death, he weaponized it. Here's what he said, word for word. "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, doing everything they can to score political points from it."
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
But that wasn't the part that got him cancelled. Kimmel then turned his sights on Trump himself, mocking the president for pivoting from Kirk's assassination to complaining about White House renovations. He literally joked about a man's murder while attacking the sitting president. Within 30 minutes of that monologue airing, the White House switchboard was on fire. Trump's inner circle was reportedly apoplectic. And Disney executives? They were having emergency meetings at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night. But here's where it gets really dark. Sources inside ABC tell me that Kimmel knew exactly what he was doing. This wasn't some off-the-cuff joke that went too far. This was calculated, premeditated, a deliberate attempt to turn a national tragedy into political ammunition. The network tried damage control first. They edited the monologue for West Coast broadcasts. They scrubbed it from their streaming platforms. They even had their PR team draft 3 different apology statements. None of it worked. By Wednesday morning, the FCC, now operating under Trump's renewed aggressive stance, launched a formal investigation, not just into the content, but into ABC's entire late-night operation. They wanted to know who approved the monologue, who wrote it, and why Disney thought they could get away with it. The pressure was unlike anything the network had ever faced. Advertisers started pulling out. Affiliate stations were threatening to drop the show. And behind closed doors, Disney's board was asking one question: how do we make this disappear? So they did what media conglomerates do best when their backs are against the wall. They threw Kimmel under the bus. The official story? Technical difficulties. The show was pulled for routine maintenance. Kimmel was taking a previously scheduled break. All lies. The truth is that ABC executives were terrified. Not just of the FCC, not just of Trump, but of what this monologue represented. For the first time in late-night history, a host had crossed from comedy into something far more dangerous. Direct political warfare using a murder as ammunition. Industry insiders are calling it the Kimmel Doctrine. The moment when late-night comedy officially died and political propaganda took its place. But here's what ABC doesn't want you to know. This wasn't an accident. Sources tell me that Kimmel's writing team had been planning something like this for months. They were waiting for the right tragedy, The right moment, the right target. Charlie Kirk's assassination gave them everything they needed. The banned monologue wasn't just about Kirk or Trump. It was about testing the limits of what corporate media could get away with. It was about seeing how far they could push the envelope before someone pushed back. Well, someone pushed back hard. Today, that monologue exists only in fragments. Bootleg recordings, leaked transcripts, screenshots from social media before the platforms scrubbed them clean. ABC has spent millions trying to erase those 4 minutes from existence. They've hired crisis management firms, deployed legal teams, and even reached out to social media platforms to remove any trace of what Kimmel said that night. But they can't erase the truth. They can't undo the moment when America saw exactly what late-night television had become: a weapon disguised as entertainment. The real question isn't whether Kimmel went too far. The real question is, what else are they hiding? What other monologues have been killed before they ever reached your screen? What other technical difficulties have been used to cover up content that powerful people didn't want you to see? This is bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. This is bigger than ABC. This is about the invisible hand that controls what you're allowed to laugh at, what you're allowed to question, and what truths are too dangerous for prime time. The banned monologue was just the beginning. The real story is what happened after the cameras stopped rolling. The entertainment industry's biggest secret isn't who's sleeping with who or which star is having a meltdown. It's how much control they really have over what you see, what you think, and what you're allowed to know. Jimmy Kimmel learned that lesson the hard way, and ABC made sure you'd never learn it at all. We are committed to releasing 2 videos a week. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more film lore.